for the sprint finish today. We've not seen them too much at the front, and that's Tinkoff Saxo sprinter Michael Morkov, former Danish road champion, took out a sensational stage a couple of years back in the Vuelta Espn. But watch out for him. He's on good form. He won the final stage of the Tour of Denmark just a couple of weeks back, but laying low at the moment, but could be a bit of a surprise package.
How do you rate Edvald Boasson-Hagen's chances today? Perhaps yesterday might have been more of a day for him with a tougher finish. He's there today. I would say, though, we've had two riders from his team climb off. Janssen van Rensburg didn't start today. Theo Bos did not finish today. He's only got one man next to him now. That's Gerald Siewek.
Yeah, I mean, they've obviously still got Jed Ulis there and Louis Minkes, but when you look at both of those two riders, very young, they're not really the riders who you'd expect to, you know, do the lead out at all. So it's just going to be left to Gerard Siewek. I think we'll see Boasson-Hagen and Siewek, you know, surfing the wheels on the run and using the other teams, and they are both very experienced and apt at doing that. But I think the drop-off man for Edvald Boasson-Hagen will be Siewek.
I'm glad you mentioned Julius. There he was in that Viking jersey coming to the front of the peloton, as we've got a band playing on water today.
We had them at the top of a mountain yesterday, and there they are. It's great, isn't it? It's great to see. I'm glad we've seen that.
Bike helmets on as well. I'm not sure quite what they're sheltering from, but
safety first.
Brilliant to see. 6.3 kilometres to go, and Giant Alpecin appear for the first time today. Ramon Sinkeldam at the back of their train. Fredrik Ludvigsson on the right-hand side, Swedish rider, very highly rated Swedish rider.
And they've got Lars van der Haar in their number as well, the cyclocross specialist. To watch out for him. He's not a rider we see very often on the road at all. So Lars van der Haar, runner for Giant Alpecin in the black kit, number 105. But yeah, I think without a doubt, the sprinter they'll be looking after today will be Ramon Sinkeldam.
Bora Argon 18 showing their faces as well as Marco Haller comes to the front to do his job. There's Christoph in the blue jersey on the left-hand side. Katusha with every single one of the 5 riders present at this race on the front of the peloton at the minute. Remember, Bora Argon 18 riding for the man in the white on the left-hand side. That's the Irish rider, Sam Bennett, who sprinted fantastically well up the hill yesterday to a 3rd place. Yeah,
it was a great ride by the young Irishman. He, as we said, he had a difficult Tour de France and struggled a bit, but when you bear in mind that's all in his legs. Sometimes you can have a nightmare of a time in a long stage race, but if you get through it healthy, you rest up and recuperate, the amount of condition that can come through and it can give you in the later weeks is worth so much. And clearly Bennett back in superb form at the moment.
Cofidis in their red jerseys to the front as well. They have Turgis, who finished very well yesterday. Van Stijn was up there as well in 5th place. Adrien Petit. So they've got a fast team with Jonas Alstrand involved as well. 5Ks to go, and the sprint teams getting ready to do their thing on the front as we head into the end of stage 2 of the Arctic Race of Norway. The 3rd edition of this race travelling today from Evonskjer to Settermoen, 162.5 kilometres, with Ilnur Zakarin, the winner overall of the Tour de Romandie, on the front for the race leader from the Katusha team, who is Alexander Kristoff. Big favourite again today. Edvald Boasson-Hagen in the green jersey as well. Look out for him, who was 2nd yesterday. Sander Holst Enger's up there, as is Sam Bennett. Brian Kokau is here, wasn't there yesterday. How are his team going to prepare it for him today? There's Pierre Kemener of Europcar right at the back of the race. He's not going to be involved. Jaeni Hurtarevic is here. We've seen Daniele Rato towards the front as well for United Healthcare. Ramon Sinkeldam, and then the lamp preparing of Cimolai and Bonifacio. One of the Italians surely going to be close as we go for the line.
You'd have thought so, but still Zakarin. I mean, he's almost would it be fair to say he's almost the Russian version stylistically of Chris Froome?
Definitely.
Especially when he looks down, but so strong. Yeah, it's an interesting look on a bike. What a sensational year he's had, as well as the win in over at the Romandie, of course, won that stage in the Giro d'Italia as well. So a very good year. But again, happy to sit on the front.
Now here we go, into the military base. This is the biggest employer in the town. 3,000 inhabitants, a 1/3 of the population are in the Norwegian army. Into Settermoen, and this is where we finished today. Cofidis on the front. Jonas Alstrand doing a big job for them today.
Look at the face there of the rider from Cofidis, just swinging off before Zakarin takes over again.
And Cofidis already have a win today too. Norwegian soldiers protecting the entrance of the peloton into this military base, cheering them along as well.
That's something you don't see very often, is it? Tanks either side of the road.
3 kilometres to go.
Pace really being picked up now. Even though Katusha have one rider less, they're still remarkably strong. Some riders really struggling at the back end of the field. That's not where you want to be at all. But an interesting crowd.
Well, with the army on the side of the road, you have the various platoons at the front trying to do their thing for the sprinters who are about to go into battle. 2.5 kilometers remain. It's still in Zakharin. It is still Katusha, who have their one win already from one stage this week, and they have the race lead, which they will be wanting to keep. Edvald Boasson-Hagen in the green there can take the leader's jersey today. Remember, Alexander Kristoff just 2 seconds in front. Zakharin's turn is done. Pardon me, Matt.
No. Zakharin to put about a kilometre on the front. You can just see Sam Bennett just in the white jersey on the right-hand side. Behind him, he's got a couple of Europe car riders in the green. And watch out for the green-clad Brian Cockard, second on the Champs-Élysées this year, in good form, still looking for a sponsor next year.
2.2 kilometres remain. It's Bora Argon 18 with 5 riders in front of Sam Bennett. Still Gerald Ciolek hangs on, looking after his sprinters. Scabo Gramai is alongside the man from MTN Quebec, who is Louis Meinkes.
There's Paul Voss just on the front there. He's got Zach Dempster on his wheel, really drawing this along. They've got a lot of faith in the young Irishman, Sam Bennett. And Vossi, 5th overall last year, not afraid as a tank runs alongside the peloton.
Well, again, the Norwegian military showing off now.
Definitely something I've not seen before.
2 kilometres to go. The Arctic race of Norway, putting on a show on the side of the roads wherever we may be in this beautiful, beautiful country. Bora Argon 18 still there. 1.5 kilometres remain. Sam Bennett perfectly placed as the lamb preparing of both Cimolai and Bonifacio come up to the front. Also there for Yam Cycling. Little bit of a shoulder bump there as Sander Holstenger makes his way towards the front. Left-hand side, still Gerald Ciolek protecting his main man, who is Edvald Boasson-Hagen. Bennett there in the white, the best young rider today. The Irishman, as we approach the final kilometre, it's still there looking very, very good for Alexander Kristoff, who has 2 men in front of him.
Yeah, Alexander Kristoff has got Sven-Erik Bystrom on his wheel. Is Marco Haller, the Austrian road champion, just on the left-hand side in the white jersey with the red hoops. As we go onto the kite, Bora Argon 18 who take them under. And
it's Katusha who bring their leader right back to the front of the peloton as if on cue. As soon as they went onto that 1 kilometre to go banner, there's lots of bits of orgy-borgy already, a few shoulder bumps. Everybody, well, we want them to stay upright in the final kilometre. It is still Giant Alpecin with no real organisation on the left-hand side. That's Sinkeldam, who was in or there or thereabouts. Still Alexander Kristoff with Marco Haller right in front of him. It looks as though they're going to take their cue from Bora Argon 18, as the man looking like he's going to sprint for Lampre is Niccolò Bonifacio. Bonifacio is there as Tinkoff Saxo come up to the front on the left-hand side. Ralph Machka is there ready and waiting as well. So final 300 metres, it's the second stage of the Arctic race of Norway as Alexander Kristoff waits for the moment. It's every man for themselves though through the middle. As Edvald Boasson-Hagen, he's getting boxed out on the right hand side. Kristoff is on the left, but I'm not sure he's going to get it. He's got to come around a lot of riders to do it. Straight through the middle is Sam Bennett. It is Sam Bennett, the Irishman, who does it for Bora Argon 18. Not quite prepared, the big boys. They could not hit the front. Bora Argon 18 took control from 3 kilometres to go, did the job perfectly, and Sam Bennett was there to finish it off brilliantly.
What a superb win by Sam Bennett here. He came from the middle of the melee, almost from nowhere. We hardly name-checked him, but left it very, very late to come through the vacuum of the bunch by taking it by a couple of lengths. Fantastic stuff.
Wonderful stuff from Sam Bennett. Brilliant organisation by Bora Argon 18. And right in the middle of an army base, it was a lead-out that was pulled out in almost military fashion. Alexander Kristoff couldn't quite manage to hit the front. Edvald Boasson-Hagen was boxed out on one side. It was every man for themselves in the middle, but Bora stayed true. They stayed on that centre line all the way through, and we hardly saw him towards the end. Perfect lead-out for Sam Bennett. He hit the front and won with pretty much big ease. Zorlo, the man in second place. Kristoff gaining towards the end, not gaining enough though. He finishes third, and I think that the bonus seconds will be enough to see him keep the race lead as well. So a victory for Bennett on the day, and the race lead stays with Alexander Kristoff.
That was I wouldn't say it was a scrappy sprint, but there were so many riders in contention until very, very late. But some really remarkably adept timing there by this man in the white jersey. Best young rider. And also he'll get the time bonus there, 10 seconds. Interesting to see how the overall classification looks. There's the slow motion replay again. It's Breton Sèche Environnement just on the front, but a very, very big quick turn of speed there for Federico Zerlo of United Healthcare. But there's Bennett coming through. Christoph leaving it very late. Bennett takes it by a length and a half.